Good afternoon to all you beautiful people. Thank you so much for joining us on this very special day, Wednesday, to hear about the awesome health aspects of Lifewave. I just want to introduce myself very quickly before we get on to all of the above, which is, have you been patched yet? So my name is Ika Hindson. I'm an esthetician and have been in the beauty industry for over 40 years. And I love it. I have been in that profession because I am passionate about it. The person that put me onto LifeWave is Dr. Alistair Clark. A few years back, a year and a half ago, in fact, and he was the one who put me onto all of the information to do with LifeWave and said, I have to get involved. It will be the best thing for Zambia, which I have done. And I'm very proud to have been part of this journey. And again, I'm going to ask the question, have you been patched yet? So let's talk a little bit about the elevate, activate, and regenerate. What are we elevating, in fact? Well, we have a copper peptide by the name of JHKCU. This copper peptide, including 3 amino acids, are what are going to be elevated. Activated is going to be body heat, which will be reflecting wavelengths of light of infrared. Regenerate will be the regeneration of tissue, of organs, so that we can activate these dormant cells. And we'll talk a little bit about those dormant cells as we go along. The stem cell activation technology in a patch. What does that patch look like? Well, you can see right now, the patch is round, it's white, and it has an adhesive back to it. A product way ahead of its time. Such a very good thing. We have that advantage of being able to look into this. What does X39 do? Well, it activates those very same stem cells. If I could allow you, please, to watch a little video, a video about the stem cells, basically why are we using it and everything about it.
We all hope to age gracefully so we can enjoy our later years full of energy, vitality, and good health. But so often, with age, our bodies start to show signs that things just aren't as they used to be. Our energy, skin, healing and recovery time, sleep, it all just seems to go downhill. Unless you're using Lifewave. David Schmidt, our founder, creative force, and world-class inventor behind Lifewave technology, has recently achieved something in the field of regenerative science with a single Lifewave patch that researchers worldwide, spending years and billions of dollars, could not. Introducing Lifewave X39, the world's first product ever to activate stem cells. A true breakthrough in regenerative science that helps restore our bodies to a healthier, more youthful state in a way no other product can. The secret? By harnessing the power of Lifewave's patented phototherapy, X39 uses light to elevate a peptide proven to signal the activation of stem cells. Think about it. These are the cells that generate and regenerate all the cells and structures of the human body. They're the building blocks for our organs, tissues, blood, and immune system. They also serve as an internal repair system everywhere. But as we age, stem cells become less effective. Their ability to repair damaged tissue is reduced. In fact, by age 60, they've slowed dramatically. But all that changes when just one Lifewave X39 patch is placed anywhere on the body each day. Instead of older and less effective stem cells, X39 supports the production of younger and healthier stem cells. This amazing level of control over your vitality and well-being was simply not possible, let alone this easy, until now. And the best part? Like all Lifewave patches, X39 Look what people are saying about Lifewave X39. Backed by clinical studies, multiple patents, and 20 years of development, any one of these benefits would be impressive. But X39 is so effective, it can influence everything about your body: how you look, feel, perform, and heal. It's time you experience the power of X39.
In a nutshell, it is the best. I have been using Lifewave patches since last year when I actually joined as a brand partner. I'm thrilled to say that my story of healing has really gone down really well. And I'm very happy to tell you that although I had a full shoulder reconstruction after a fall that I had, yes, there was a bit of pain, but once I started the Lifewave patches, I felt better. I had deeper sleep. I had more relaxed tendons, ligaments, which were the ones that were totally reconstructed. And I'm feeling so much better. Let me tell you about Lifewave. So it was founded in 2004, open to over 96 countries at this point. It produces innovative and patented products. X39, which is the founding patch, was launched in 2019. In 2021, which was the year that unfortunately we all went into COVID, we did 20 million. However, the next year we were already gathering speed and we were coming out of that crazy time. We did $320 million. In 2023, 430, in 2024, 600 million, and we have a projected 1 billion, which I believe we're going to surpass in 2025. Our growth is 3,000% in the last 5 years, which is quite astounding. Fastest growing direct sales company in the world. Winner of 2024 and 2025 Bravo Growth Award. Now, David Schmidt, our inventor, founder, and CEO of Lifewave. He holds over 200 patents. Patents are an element that we all have to go through if we want a product to be completely sanctioned by the world. It is a very slow, arduous process, but extremely expensive too. He is a scientist and an inventor, a two-time recipient of the Advanced Technology Award from the International Hall of Fame. He's an honorary doctor of science and technology. He is not a medical doctor. He is a scientist and works with this technology now. But he has been in many different areas before, working with US SEALs, working with the American government as well. So he has a lot of experience. His specialty is age reversing. In 2008, David focused his attention on stem cell research. X39, the patent took 10 years to come to fruition and $4.5 million to bring to market. It's quite astounding how much work you have to put in to gaining a patent. I just want to read a little bit about what the patents actually come back to you with. They have to be formulated. They have to prove that they actually do what they say they do. The human body, and for example, in some embodiments as a result of elevating copper peptide, including activation of stem cells, improvements in energy, elevation of antioxidants, reduction in inflammation, and management of pain, improvements in stamina, elevation of collagen production, and improved wound healing. Why X39 stem cell activation patch? Well, the fewer stem cells you have, the faster you age, and the slower you heal. So obviously, we're looking at where did these stem cells come from? Well, in vitro, we have billions and billions of these wonderful elements that are actually formulating a little human being. And with age, a teenager, for instance, has approximately 1 million active adult stem cells. By age 30, this number drops dramatically by 4 down to 400 million, which is a reduction of 60%. By age 60, this number has dropped to 100 million, which is approximately 90% reduction. How does X39 work? Well, the holy grail of anti-aging is a copper peptide, GHKCU. It's made of organic nanocrystals. So this little white element is what we're going to be talking about. It is formulated to activate those copper peptides that we talked about, the GHKCU, which then reactivates your own stem cells. And that's the key. No drugs or stimulants, and it is non-transdermal, non-invasive. The benefits of X39 are the following: rapid pain relief, reduced inflammation, which I had, thank you, supports wound healing, energy and vitality, mental clarity, enhances sports performance, faster recovery from exercise, and improved skin appearance, which I can attest to. Great, wonderful. And of course, there's many more attributes. The X39's long-term results per case study can be found on a website that is called thisisitinfo.com. It's a brilliant website. First few days of using the X39, there's 4,000 genes that begin to reset. Within 6 weeks, brains become balanced, less foggy, more balanced. Within 3 months, your collagen is increased, which is an amazing thing, because collagen is such an important thing to the layers of skin, and of course, for any skeletal improvement, and of course, your tissues. Within 6 months, you have a heart reversing in age, which is absolutely amazing, which is fantastic. It's not anti-aging, it's age reversing. David Schmidt said this, our CEO and inventor of X39. Now, just to recap how to wear X39. Well, they say that you can put it on anywhere on the body, but a recommended area is the back of the neck, just at the top of basically where your bumps come out of your neck, just there. That's the perfect spot, or under your navel. You wear the patch 12 hours on, preferably during the day, and 12 hours off, basically so that your body can repair and rejuvenate and you don't have attenuation. Drink plenty of good quality water. This is an absolute must, because not only will you feel that something is working, but there could be the possibility of detoxification. Along with a new patch, you can apply the used patch the next day using a medical tape to your body where it needs extra support. Or you can give it to, be it your partner, mother, daughter, sister, to use for those extra 8 hours. You can get approximately 16 to 24 hours use out of each patch. There is a protocol, and the protocol is 90 days, according to David. The X39 works where your body needs it the most. David Schmidt advises to use the patches for a minimum of 90 days to get your body into balance. Then wear daily for at least 1 month per decade of your life for optimum results. So as far as I'm concerned, I used it for several months, and then obviously I have to add 7 more months because I'm 70 or in my 70s. So look at the possibilities. Although this is the recommendation, we have seen results in as little as weeks, days, hours, even minutes. Remember, everybody's body is unique. Everyone is different. Detox may occur as your stem cells reactivate. Well, that is possible. Some people have that, some people don't. So be aware that it may happen. Testimonies to X39. David Schmidt says, "It is my greatest achievement, the X39. Having a product that works this quickly and provides this many benefits seems like a miracle or too good to be true, but it is simply applying the magic of stem cells to the human body." Some topography map results. A 77-year-old woman had X39 put onto the back of her neck. In session 1, you can see how much inflammation there is. Session 2, much less. By session 3, she has completed 6 weeks, a complete turnaround, improved stem cell activity, and brain less fogged, more coherent. Inflammation reduction in a heart, you can see in the area of the heart, the red area is where you have the inflammation or where this person has got inflammation. After 2 months, so much better. 5 months, incredible performance. Inflammation reduction. Let's have a look at the left-hand side, which is the back of someone. We're not sure whether they're male or female, but we're presuming it might be a male with inflammation on the upper part of their back, perhaps around the trapezius muscle. In the second slides, you can see somebody's tummy area is quite inflamed. However, after 30 minutes, there's a remarkable improvement. So let's have a look at another one of inflammation reduction. Someone's hands. This time, they only held the X39 in their hand. So the improvement after 30 minutes, you can see on the right-hand side, is tremendous. There's only a little bit left. In the next photo, you can see animals. Well, let's really be realistic here. Can animals talk to us? I wish they could. But the placebo effect doesn't work with animals. You can see at the top a beautiful horse that unfortunately has really not been well. And the picture of after. And this is over a 4-month period. The inflammation has almost completely gone. It's quite remarkable. And then we have this little dachshund. The dachshund is a little pet that somebody in South Africa has. Poplap is the name of the dachshund, and you can ask any of the brand partners that are involved if you could have a look at the video of this little animal. The before picture is of the little one still paralyzed in his back legs. He couldn't walk. He was pulling his body. And after that, after 4 days of using X39 on this little dachshund, he's now jumping and skipping around. Fabulous. In this particular slide, I wanted to show you Dr. Stacey Hollweger, who has been with Lifewave for quite a few years now, 3 in fact, and she started to use the X39, and you can see how remarkably her face has changed. The increase in collagen, she almost seems like she's lost a little around the cheek area, but her eyelids have come up. Her skin texture is absolutely beautiful. In this one, there's a lady who's been using it for 2 years. And again, you can see the difference in all of the photographs. There's less wrinkles, less of the undertone of darkness around the eye, and how much better and prettier she looks after 2 years. This lady, after 1 year of using the X39, let's see how beautiful this lady looks. Much less wrinkling, lovely smooth skin, and her eyelids have just gone back and she's looking absolutely beautiful. As far as vitiligo is concerned, this is a skin condition of where the melanin, unfortunately, in the skin has been lost. And over a 3-month period, X39 was used on this gentleman on the left-hand side, and you can see how much more melanin has come through to his skin. On the other side, it's after 1 year. This man is smiling brightly. He loves his result. In this lady, Bell's palsy, unfortunately, and this is where the skin, or at least the actual face, begins to droop. And it's pulling on the face. So therefore, you have this unequal balance, unbalanced, if you will, skin. After 3 months of using the X39, she was able to remove her patch because her eye was now able to actually close and open. So in other words, she was actually able to have that moisture in her eye, and that pull was no longer there. In psoriasis, also a skin condition, before X39, after 12 hours, 36 hours, 10 days, it's almost completely gone, that crustiness and redness. Wound healing, well, sadly, this lady cut herself, and you can see over 2, 8, 13, my goodness, by day 20, you can hardly see that scar. This lady unfortunately had a fall as well, and the scar is quite deep. She was using the X39. After 21 days, you can see the scarring's almost gone. This gentleman had a very bad fall. Sadly, he bruised badly and, of course, cut himself, and he was using the patches all over his face. The bruising has gone down, and after 7 weeks, look at the condition of his skin. It's smooth. The bruising has gone. He's looking much younger. As far as wound healing, again, a burn, 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, and the result after 2 weeks, you can't even see that there was a wound there. This is bad circulation, blood not being able to circulate properly, and the X39 is actually placed on the foot, and after day 5, you can see how much better that blood is circulating. In this, we have a live blood analysis. You can see how the blood is clumping quite badly on the left-hand side. However, after 10 minutes, with X39, the blood is coagulating beautifully. Water retention is something a lot of us can attest to. They've possibly had it maybe after a long journey, after having their legs down, if you will, maybe after a flight, or it's just a water retention and edema of the legs. After 1 day, after using the X39, look how much better those feet look. Hair loss is something that many men certainly can have. And after a 7-week period of using X39, these are the results. You can actually see the first photograph to the last one, 7 weeks, and that hair is thicker and darker in color. Look at this after 6 weeks, how much thicker. Brilliant. And then to see how much of the hair is lost in a certain period of time. After 3 months, how much less there is. Quite remarkable. Now let's look at testimonies. And this is something that is very interesting for everyone, I believe. The testimonies are very important and can be seen on Telegram. You can go to them. There are many for pain relief. There's blood pressure. We look at tetanus, which is the ringing of the ears, migraine, gout, asthma, epilepsy, fibromyalgia, all sorts of testimonies for different areas. I'm looking at one which is autism. And I just want to give a little story about a young lad by the name of Alex. Alex was very immobile, and his parents were extremely distressed as to what to do with the child to improve his life as much as possible. And they decided to go and have injections done. These were done, and sadly, they had not a very good result. It was very little, in fact. And so they became a little depressed about the whole situation. But then they were given if you will, an attesting by a friend of theirs of Lifewave, and maybe to try it. They did. They tried it on his skin. He was not happy. They tried it on his clothes, which was recommended because, of course, this works on a phototherapy basis. So he was more comfortable. And over a period of time, his legs started to become more mobile. After some time, he was actually able to swing himself on the swing. Remarkable, remarkable, remarkable. Other things that have attestations, and you can read about them, gallstones. But I was want to also speak about athletes. This is very interesting because although I'm not going to go into the full story, but Michael Phelps and his co-swimmers received gold medals in the 2004 Olympic Games. They used the energy enhancer. The medals were taken away because the association, the Olympic Association, noticed that they had these little white round circles and were not sure what this was. They took them away. The association actually tested them. They were given back. The medals were given back, and nothing was found untoward or otherwise in the patches. Serena Williams, also an energy enhancer user, David Beckham, and also the Superbike champion Lorenzo Savadori. This is also another website that you can go to. I think we mentioned it before, but if you didn't write the name down, thisisinfo.com. Brilliant. It gives you patch information about the patents, the testimonies, doctors' reviews. It's a really excellent one to go to be informed. There are supplementary patches to the X39, which is what we call the foundation patch. Eon, we call that the happy patch. I usually wear it at my navel, just underneath. Why? Because I want to reduce any inflammation that I have in my body. It will support stress response, and it also reduces the adrenal fatigue. I do enjoy wearing them together or wearing different patches. Another one is X49. It's a performance patch. So this one can also be used with X39. In fact, all of them can be used together or separately, or one and the other, depending on what you need. X49 works on improvement of muscle mass, increases bone density, improves your heart health. Icewave is a pain patch. In other words, what it does is it helps to relieve you of any pain. It's fast acting. It eases tension of headaches, no drugs or side effects. Glutathione, the detox patch. Brilliant, boosts the immune system, powerful antioxidant, and it also eliminates any heavy metals in the body. Carnosine. Carnosine is a clarity patch, so it will improve your brain function. It increases focus and alertness, which is also very important, and it improves your thyroid function. Silent Night sleep patch induces melatonin. Great fun one for when you're traveling or when you're just having a real problem trying to get some extra sleep or regular sleep, in fact. Increases sleep duration. It improves deeper sleep. Energy enhancer, which we spoke about with the champions, are athletes. It's an energy patch. It increases vital energy, it burns fat for energy, and it unblocks negative energy. The SP6 Complete helps with cravings, appetite regulation, supports hormone balance, and it also improves your liver function. Alavida, which is the last one to have come out, is the beauty sleep patch. I love this one, having been and being still in the aesthetic field. It's vibrant. It allows the skin to become vibrant and firmer. It reduces wrinkles and it stimulates the pineal gland. Product prices. Well, this is very important because we all need to have a good perspective of all of this. So let's look at stem cell injections. Stem cell injections are available everywhere. Well, I shouldn't say everywhere, but in clinics. And they can be very costly. And let's look. Maybe there's a 50% chance that they work, maybe not. There are also products available, but do we actually know where these stem cells come from? Are they from the umbilical cord? Are they? We don't actually know because we don't know how they store these things either. So Lifewave X39 patches are more effective at a fraction of the price. Let's look at the product prices. So one sleeve will give you a full month of patches, 30. So it would be plus the country tax and delivery. So your retail price in X39 or the X49 is $149.95. Other patches, in other words, the supplementary ones, retail are $79.95. So is it worth going into the wholesale? Of course it is. And so if you're buying wholesale, I'll speak about how you go about that. X39 and X49 is $99.95. Much better deal. You're saving money. Other patches, the $49.95 to $69.95. How do we become enrolled? Well, enrollment kits are as follows. And this is obviously plus your country tax and the delivery. So core would be one of the first, which is $295 plus your tax and delivery. You get 3 sleeves of X39, or you can mix and match. The advanced is $535, mix and match, or 6 sleeves of X39. In the premium, which obviously is the most economical in the end, is $1,750. You get 20 sleeves of X39, or you can mix and match. So looking at all of this, what's next for you? What would you like to achieve? When are you going to join us? As a retail customer, perhaps? Perhaps that's the next thing for you, where you purchase the product at a retail price. I would personally prefer you to be a preferred customer at least and purchase the product at a wholesale price. This you can do by joining any of our kits, our enrollment kits. Brand partner is ultimately the one to go for. Turn your Lifewave into a business by sharing with others, sharing with your family, sharing with friends. The choice, of course, is yours. Healing isn't just physical, it's mental, emotional, and even spiritual. light, and energy can help create balance across all these areas. David Schmidt, Lifewave CEO of Lifewave. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you very much for listening. I appreciate your time. If there are any questions, please go ahead.
No questions from me. Thank you.
Okay.
There's someone else on the call. Sorry, the other lady
Yes,
on the call.
I
Do you
see
have
that.
questions?
Nairi. Hello, Nairi. Unmute yourself, can you, please?
Oh.
Nope, not
Yeah,
going
that's
to.
okay. Then in that case, let's end the Zoom and then I'll crop it, Ika.
Okay, Nairi, glad you could make it. Thank you so much.
Bye.
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 So recording.